Good day. Welcome to this session on identifying the best markets for the most profitable trades. Today is Thursday, August 4th, 2011. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. This is Darrell, your host for this afternoon's session. In just a moment, we'll be joined by Darrell Jobman, the Senior Analyst for TraderPlanet.com. The information conveyed in today's presentation is for informational purposes only. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell any trading instrument, and the opinions given by our presenter may change without notice at any time. Please also be aware that trading involves substantial risk of loss and therefore may not be suitable for all investors, and past performance is not indicative of future results. This webinar is being recorded, and we will be emailing a link for the recording to you, so you will be able to review the material again at your convenience. If you're new to attending Trader Planet webcasts, you'll be pleased to know that we have previously recorded sessions on our site at www.TraderPlanet.com. As an interactive event, Darrell will invite your questions at the conclusion of his lecture, and he'll be happy to respond to them verbally. Your questions let Darrell know if he's been effective with the discussion and helps as he prepares future presentations, so we hope you'll help him out by sending in some great questions. As one of our more revered market analysts, Darrell Jobman trades his own personal account and has been involved in the financial markets for over 40 years. A decorated Vietnam War veteran, he was a newspaper farm editor and editor of several agricultural publications before becoming a Futures magazine for more than 15 years. He has written and edited more than a dozen books and courses on trading. Darrell enjoys helping others succeed by teaching the do's and don'ts of trading, so if you're in need of his help, you'll benefit from his editorial contributions on TraderPlanet.com. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Senior Analyst for TraderPlanet.com and our good friend, Darrell Jobman.
Thank you, Dara. Thank you for that introduction. We have another wild day in progress, it seems, today. Whenever we do these webinars, it's either like the day before or the day of the webinar. You have some kind of crazy situation, and you kind of go through your whole process of preparation, and then have to do a little bit of impromptu speaking as the markets unfold. But that's the nature of markets, and that's to be expected. So before we get into our topic today, we do want to point out a couple of things, housekeeping type items. Sponsors we have today, I will be using the Vantage Point Intermarket Analysis charts, and the other sponsor, Wassendorf & Associates, which is a publisher of SFO, the Owners of Traders Press, and WA Publishing. So between the two sites that we have there with the Wassendorf & Associates and the TraderPlanet.com, good sources of information, education to get you prepared for trading if you're looking for that, or to hone your skills and become a better trader. Also, in the way of housekeeping, should point out that when we do get to the charts, you may want to put your computer on full screen mode to be able to pick up some of the more precise points that we're going to be thinking about. And when we get to the end of the presentation, there'll be some time for some questions. If you want to just put those in the Q&A box, and I'll try to answer those as I have time at the end of the session. Well, today's topic is selecting markets with potential, and I think probably, you know, as you move along with the amount of activity we have had recently and the ups and downs and so forth, we definitely have some markets that have some potential. The question is that potential in the right direction? Does it agree with where our position is going? You know, we've survived, or I guess maybe survived, but I guess there is life after debt ceiling debate. And past August the 2nd, when we were supposed to, you know, the world come to the end, if something wasn't resolved, something was resolved, nothing was happening, nobody is happy about that. And now you may have everybody thinking that the past, and it's kind of one of those things that the media hyped, the politicians hyped, and they were focusing on a subject and maybe forgot about some other things that were going on, such as jobs in the economy and some other concerns. So we have today, you know, what a another one of those remarkable drops in the stock indexes. A lot of other markets down. Originally, we had, I think, the worst stretch since 2008. I don't know if that debate, you know, caused all that. I don't know if this temporary fix we have is going to resolve all that, but we have a pretty uncertain trading world out there today. Tomorrow, Friday, we have another U.S. employment report day, and then the question is, well, will that turn things around, or is that going to add to the things that we have? So a lot of news going on, and if you're a bull, maybe such good news. Maybe you feel like you're getting run over by a train as the market is moving ahead, speeding along, and you are not on board. Now we're going to look at some of the markets that we can trade, and of course one of the things we do want a market that is moving. Very obviously we need to have it move so we can make some money, but we have to be clear right at the top that one of the things you have to do if you're interested in trading any of the markets is find out what is required for a performance bond, or margin as the brokers prefer, or the industry prefers to call it. You aren't going to be trading the E-mini with a $5,000 account. So we're going to assume that you have the funds in your account to make some choices, and then we're going to look at some other things. In addition to, we want to have some volatility, we want to have some movement. We have lots of candidates right now that are moving. We don't need a real quiet or a flat market because that may benefit some option sellers if they're looking for selling options, but when that happens, usually the puts and calls on these stocks are not priced high enough to make them worth trading. So you kind of need to know the type of market you're dealing with, the type of market that you potentially could cause you big risk. So you don't want to get too much movement. You want movement, but not too much. You don't want to get too risky to get involved because of the volatility or the extent of the price swings. If you were looking at the markets recently, you